Good morning. Welcome to morning practice with Olivia. Just checking some things. Yeah, I'm starting a little bit later than I'm used to, so I'm slightly didn't get as much chance to set up this morning, but I usually have more time to prepare, which is so in keeping with the theme this week, right? Oh my gosh, the constructive sense of self that we use to hide. I mean, actually, I will say if I have sort of any particularity on time, it's usually that I'm always early or earlier than early. But yeah, today I was I have a I tend to just be a natural early riser and wake up very early. And today that wasn't the case. So I was sort of surprised by that, but also just ended up thinking I had more time than I had, which is always funny, right? You think, oh. But it's good because it kind of teaches me and schools me that the timing that I've been using, even though I might have an extra couple of minutes here to prepare for us beginning together, it's better than not having that time. So especially when there's no parking and all of that good stuff. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? The way you'll kind of lean into something for a little extra give, and then there'll be other things that we don't foresee that also take part of that give, and in the end there's not much give left to give. So yeah, what a great practice yesterday. Really thinking about the patterns that we unconsciously have in our bodies and our thoughts that create our wounding, or not so much create our wounding, but our wounding is stemming from these kind of unconscious thoughts and patterns. And oftentimes, as I said yesterday, just they're not our own. They're learned behavior either through the culture that we grew up in, the convention of how we are taught that, there are proper ways to interact. And, there's usefulness there because, yeah, we want to treat each other well. And that's important. But it can become too much when you start to beat yourself up, because no matter what we're taught or about conventional behavior or how to interact with people, ultimately they will present something of a puzzle, or not they, but life will be puzzling because we're not sure why someone is acting a certain way. We're not sure why, and 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, how someone is acting and how someone is feeling, and so how someone is projecting themselves into the world has 100% to do with how they're feeling internally, and not really a reaction against the external. I mean, there are examples, but even if someone feels they are having a reaction being instigated in them by an external circumstance or person, the choice of how to react, the choice of how to engage, is much more reflective of the person reacting, engaging, than it is of anything that something external did. So it's such an opportunity to look at where our internal reactions come from. And we began to really examine that yesterday through just like simple movement. And there's a way of talking about thinking about movement. It's taught this in Feldenkrais technique by the wonderful Augusta Moore. Um, when you go to a Feldenkrais class, even though this is really just like teaching you awareness through movement, through the experience of movement, you won't see a huge amount of movement in the class, because what you're doing is really paying attention to these very, very almost energetic organizations that we make before we, move our left toe or move our right hip or move our shoulder. So, I mean, you see me like moving a little bit as I'm talking here, and how much of that is just like what my body innately organizes itself to when it's speaking, as an expressive part of my speech, this movement of my body. Not everybody does that. I like to move. But to go back to what I was saying, we all have these ways of organizing ourselves. And what Feldenkrais really allows you to do is, picture every single minute movement that you make as if you're going to move any tiny part of yourself and create the place of that movement like a clock face, like a dial. So even if you're like, okay, I'm going to pinpoint, let's just say the tailbone, to curl the tailbone up. But then instead of seeing it as a single point, seeing that as a clock face, and then starting to experiment with different parts of the clock face. So I'm going to intentionally focus my awareness on this clock face and move my pelvis, my tailbone from 3 or from 5 or from 8, from midnight, from 6 o'clock, and it allows us to create room around what we usually think is a single pathway. So I feel like this is a really helpful analogy to how we react, psychologically, emotionally. I remember once with a therapist, we were reflecting on a situation in my life, and, God, I can't remember the exact wording of it, which is frustrating, but it was basically she was presenting me with a situation, and my response was sort of like, well, if I can't do this thing at 100% and 10%, and it's fully there, then why bother? And she's like, middle ground, like there's a whole, there are miles and miles of middle ground there. That, okay, maybe it's not 110%, maybe it's 15%, maybe it's 76%, but there's just, when you see this vast expanse of middle ground in terms of, possibility to interact with something, it's just like the clock face with the Feldenkrais, there's just this growth, expansion, possibility. And then we start to sort of, again, with our awareness and our attention and our focus, when I am engaging, when I am re-engaging, I'm coming at it, giving myself much more space. And I'm bringing with it the intention of compassion. I'm bringing with it the intention of love. I'm bringing with this the attention of ease, pleasure, expansion, all of these things. So as we move through our practice today, let's, think about the minutiae of where our awareness can expand, because there's infinite possibilities in infinite directions at all times. And that's the good news, right? So let's drop into meditation together. Breathing into the heart space on this beautiful Tuesday morning. So grateful for the early morning light. Allowing the eyes to come to close, allowing maybe the chin to drop towards the chest. And as you let the chin drop towards the chest, just notice how that feels, giving you length along the back of the neck. You may even find the desire to curl your chin in a little bit more. If you haven't moved much yet today, just feeling, you might want to take some movement in the neck. As you take movement in the neck, notice how your sit bones are placed. Notice how the legs are organized. Are you in a chair? Are you sitting on support? How's the back? And just feel that tailbone of the seat just really deeply connected to the earth. There's a taproot from the tailbone reaching deep into the earth. And as you focus on that taproot from your tailbone, notice just how you're sitting, like how is your body organized around this root? Is it actually comfortable? Are you actually sitting in a way that supports your tailbone? Can you make an adjustment in your seat that allows the pelvis to be more even? Did you sit down in a hurry and haven't given yourself time to readjust? Really find a place in your seat where this pelvis can spill forward, feel supported, where the tailbone is allowed to lengthen and deepen and relax. You're not crunching any part of the sacrum, lower back, or tailbone. And that root from the tip of your tail into the earth has a very open quality. And then you just let yourself come into stillness here and bring your hands to a position that feels reverent to you. We're bringing the awareness to the heart, just holding the heart space. Breathing in through the heart, breathing out through the heart. And as you let your focus and attention settle in the heart center, again, notice how your body's organized around this seat, this focal point. Are you leaning slightly forward into the hands? Are you leaning slightly backward? Hands in Anjali Mudra, or hands in your lap? Do you feel you have a tendency to curl in the shoulders, curve the spine? Are you overly extending the chest forward? Are the hands comfortable at the side? Is the jaw soft? Is the face relaxed? You feel that space between your eyebrows. Just imagine someone placing a very cool, very loving finger right there on your forehead. As if that cool, loving finger just between the middle of your brows. It's kind of a blessing of peace, blessing of quiet. In that place of peace between the center of your brows, feeling the heart. Feeling the light inside your heart permeate you, growing through the body, growing through the auric field, shimmering out of you, gentle diamond rainbow luminosity as the light comes through each chakra. And your light with your intention, with your focus, with your awareness can be directed in any place, toward any person, any situation in the world that you would like to dedicate this moments of reverence, this moment of observant quiet, this moment of being present, and offer that as benefit. We'll take a few more moments in silence. Allowing the chest to fill, allowing the belly to fill with breath, feeling a sense of awakeness, presence coming into the body. Let's inhale and take an Om together. Om. Prabhu Jago, Paramatma Jago, Nirsarve Jago, Savatra Jago, Sukantaka Kel, Prakash Kalo. The Sanskrit is for may the loving light of blissful divine consciousness wake up in my heart, in your heart, in the hearts of all beings everywhere. And the time of suffering, bring the time of joy. So let's do a little bit of alternate nostril breathing this morning. You're going to take either hand, it's up to you, and the point of the hands is either the middle finger and pointer finger together in either hand. We're going to place that between the eyebrows, just as we had placed between the eyebrows before with when we had the visualization of the cool finger. Isn't that nice? Just imagining like a cool finger resting between your forehead. As if that cool draw out any time voluptuous, quality of sensation, combination, visualization, metaphor, because I feel like as much as we are physical beings, we are energetic beings. The whole range of movement, emotion going on in and around us, energetic, If we can tune synchronous, feeling not embodied, so seated, with calming finger resting between fingers, creating sound allows you to add freneticness, that whatever's right here. Go back to alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to place middle finger between the brow. We use our thumb and ring finger to close and open each nostril. I'm going to use my, this looks like for you, my left hand, but it's my right. But let's just say left. I'm going to use my left hand and take off my glasses, but I encourage you to just find a place. And if you need a tissue, actually, to just before, because sometimes the nose is unpredictable. Right? So we're going to put our fingers right here and using the thumb to close the nose and the ring finger to close the other nostril. So opening, in this case, the left nostril. Let's start with right. Opening the right nostril and breathing in, and then holding, opening the left nostril and exhale. You're going to inhale through the left, inhale. So basically, you're taking a breath through the nostril, closing it, opening the alternate nostril and exhaling, inhaling through the alternate nostril, closing it, opening the alternate nostril and exhaling. Take about 5 more rounds on your own, just tuning in to your breath. Slowly let that go, let my hand drop to the side. Really good to sort of clear channel of breathing in through the different channels, body, bringing ourselves back to a state of calm, to a state of peace. Again, how we focus the breath, how we focus our attention with the breath can really change our energy quite profoundly and quite quickly. So we're going to head over to the mat. I'm going to take blocks with me to sit on and use during our morning practice today. They may be useful if you've got them. Blankets may be useful if you like blankets for support. And let's meet over there. Okay. It was such a beautiful and sweet light. When I left the house this morning, it was actually, it was actually light enough to see why it hasn't been. Maybe it was cloudy yesterday. Um, I do love the contrast. Just allow the body to still. Open potential. Also, stop to just breathe. And as you sit and breathe, notice maybe tense around. Just open to point. Hands come to the air comes down. Just letting the arms come overhead and feeling and then inhale. Exhale. Inhale our arms. Here, let's just take a few rolls. That means you take these rolls and you can alternate direction. Alternating. How do the hip points change their contact with the support as you're rolling? Are you getting the whole dial of that point of contact? Are there parts of the dial where your sit bones meet your support expanded? So in this where you're going to take walk out underneath the sit bones. We'll come to all fours on the mat. Box can just be put off to the side for now. I'm going to have to step back into a child. Knees are wide, toes touch, really feel the forehead.
I drink you in and begin. I drink.
Let me know I got much
You in and begin. I drink you in.
in there,
This time we learn to think with shadows. Bow to the darkness they bring. Sing. Sing the sadness everybody sees. While evermore soaring back to the sails of sea.
even though
in all her bounty, the boundless source of love.
nervous, our bodies are so we ourselves everything is moving horizontal. Really want to stretch your arms out. If we give ourselves anything in one, it should be fine. Notice they were holding tension, they were holding stress, and then we take position with practice, with meditation, to undo any anxiety of the nervous, and instead show our bodies that we're coming at a place of awareness, of loving support and awareness. Coming back to tabletop here, do some hip circles to the right. As I've said many times, the aim and intent of this morning practice is not to give you a vigorous vinyasa yoga practice. There is plenty of that out there, and I encourage you, if that's what you're looking for, to really seek that, because there are so many gifted teachers, so many opportunities for that kind of physical practice. The morning practice, what we're really trying to do is deeply tune in, listening to what our body is telling us, and offer a space of compassion, love, quietness, that we can listen to our bodies more deeply. That sometimes means not a lot of movement. You're going to lift your tail, and exhaling, grounding, curling the tail, reaching out between the space between the shoulder blades, and then take a couple inhales and exhales here. We move through various flights, stress, challenges, to support yourself through your challenges, the way that you would support a partner, child, support it's you, it's yourself. Bring, just hop back onto it. You can bring the weight back to the balls of the like if we were just let's just kneel here for a moment. Oh my goodness, is that the time? Yeah, morning practice is really about creating a space not to be defined by the external. We're gonna just slip onto our bum here and come to a straddle position. The external. I don't have an external system of specific movement sequences. This is really much more about every single day that we do this, we cultivate an awareness of presence of yourself in this movement. Which means if we're running late, we're going to slow down and reset the body to a slower pace. So as you're hearing your straddle, really just let the whole of the pelvis spill forward and notice where you're gripping, especially if that's around the whole of the pelvis. Really allow that pelvic floor to open to the ground beneath you. Really allow the expanses of the hamstrings, calves, legs, just really open luxuriously to the floor. As they almost doing these kind of, you're not seeing a lot of movement, but like imperceptible cat stretches. Focus the body's awareness. The bottoms of each leg. And imagine both extending along the ground. And again, what we're doing is using our energetic currency to really actually move the body with some consciousness in this place. But instead of it being like this perceptual, measurable, external, but by rewiring how we organize ourselves, we give ourselves why we became quiet and we don't. It's hard because like contact between when we reach the left arm over the left side, just letting it fall wherever. There's no goal other than really letting the bottom of that left leg really stretch out, feeling the right hand, feeling that right hand just up, reaching up, just feeling the arm reaching the shoulder, just touches feeling. That stretch. You're going to continue to face right leg and then just align your spine over the leg. And then we're going to just walk down and just allow yourself as you're walking down to keep your heart centered forward. As you do this, be aware. Where are we feeling? Are you feeling just hear it? Underneath. I find with folks bringing your awareness and attention to really softening as you're making softening. What you really think is your awareness and intention looking at place, and you'll be surprised that it offers an expansion in the emotion, also a beautiful expansion in the body. Instead of feeling like striving, relaxing, relaxing. So as you bend towards your right leg, your right forearm is going to be on the ground behind your right leg. Then you can take your left hand, take the foot, and just allow yourself to curl the body towards that leg. Again, really keep focusing on relaxing the right hip flexor. Don't even think about the bottom of the leg, or if it's straining or hurting the bottom of your leg, don't hurt yourself. That would be my primary advice for morning practice. Please don't hurt yourself. Do what feels good. But make you as you do that right. Just push ourselves up. Face left leg. And arms will extend into a nice T as we face the left leg and we reach towards the right. Letting the right. Then using this left hand, just bring it up, up, up until it's vertically pointing towards the right. Really reaching, feeling it. And again, where is your pelvis organ? What feels like feeling strained then taking that top and just continuing on as if those left fingertips could just graze the median between the ceiling and the wall, right side of the room, where you are. That is that not really pointing to the side or up. That ceiling and wall, ceiling, as if your fingertips were touching the space between the ceiling and the wall, pressing into the left foot. Feel the stretch all the way from the tips. We'll be facing the left leg. Again, as we organize our mind, position the torso over the left leg, and down, just hold the ground. And again, don't think about pushing back your hamstrings too much. Really place the focus into the movement in the left hand. So, and just imagine that. You do want to maintain some awareness all about fine, and that's really not because it's correct. I mean, it's correct, but it's really much more about how do we create these measurements, by giving ourselves positioning with the heart chest right to press that back helps to get really and allow ourselves to come into forward fold. We often recommend here to have underneath. And again, as we took child's pose earlier, to allow the forehead to roll on the ground and really stay with that energy, like full finger, letting yourself come forward onto the support, letting any activity, distraction, let it drain out in the front of your forehead, through the window, now going deep into the ground. Seat. Let's turn these both legs along the side of the mat. You're going to take a supported bridge again. We took this yesterday, and yesterday I took it on the highest setting. You take it on a low setting. You take it on a low setting. You take it on the low setting today. The different heights for myself are about accessing to parts of the body and learn to come close and actually experience or a deeper sense of representation. So I encourage you to press up into your seat and just let the block come up. And then just allow yourself a moment while your knees are still bent. You know, pelvis falling into support. Very gentle, supported bridge here. We haven't done a lot of movement this morning, so keeping things pretty even. So you can extend on. Allow us for a nice stretch, not really allowing your awareness to expand across the taking real responsibility that is relaxed. Feel that support, just very sturdy, very broad, very level. It's the most safe, secure height of block to really just be totally supported. Allow yourself to feel that giving attention back to how we can others are distracted. How do we keep ourselves? Or there's agitation. Right. No, we're never distracted by the millions of things going on. Everything can reach us all as we move forward. To really notice when we cut off that passion and going to rush to do this. And found, remove your block. Let the knees come to the left, jump one on top of the other. Bracing twist. Place the hand on that upper thigh, just hold up. Right, there's some stretch. But yeah, anything that you do today, investigate. Are you truly pushing your way? Really making an act of knowledge towards yourself. Not an act of judgment, an act of measurement, an act of am I doing this right? An act of love my body. How does this feel on my body? And do it even more than, which is often slowing things down. Have time to get to know yourself. Have time to feel pleasure, the minute shadow, which that evolved with the simple, simply the act of sitting at a desk or taking laundry to laundry, and we switch off our consciousness. And then allow your feet to come back up to center. Allow yourself to shavasana and to posture. Legs are lying on the ground, open, back of the hands on the ground. Let's allow ourselves a moment to rest here. Eyes. Letting your body relax. The breath is moving in naturally. You are welcome to stay in Shavasana. Just listen to your voice as we connect to a very brief Shavasana today. Feel the need for more rest. Give yourself care and compassion. Gently, slowly out the mind to quiet, embrace noticing the position. Are you sitting in a way that is supportive? Staying in a way that feels where the shoulder. Feeling the breath moving through the body. Take one moment together. Long, really continuing today. Pay attention to how we are loving ourselves. We are giving our physical vessel as we navigate the energies, tensions of what it is to be. Thank you for practicing with me and guiding this investigation together. I know that, this hour passed very quickly. I'm really, really interested in how focusing on this, especially in relationship to yourselves. And it's such an honor to share that and your company with me on this journey. So thank you. Thank you for being you, being and we'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday's practice.